Good morning, good afternoon, and a very unfocused good evening. I say unfocused, not me. I'm fully focused on tonight's proceedings. Spencer's gone all hazy and fuzzy. Just
Have I got? Have I gone fuzzy?
It's fine. You look a lot better that way, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
thank you.
Spence.
Bit of soft focus. I don't know whether
Yeah,
that's going to
well,
pick
yeah,
up or not.
He's got his camera settings from what he was doing earlier on the internet.
That's better. There you go.
Lovely.
Oh, crikey! Actually, do you know what? I'm going to defocus.
Whatever. Anyway, welcome. While Spencer sorts his focus out, welcome one and all to the. Did I say good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, and all that stuff? Whether I did, you've had it for a second time. Welcome. There is a smorgasbord of people in the chat room.
There's a lot in. There's a lot
of people. So here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk some Aerosmith. We are going to talk some Godzilla, because Spencer has Godzilla at his house now. We are also going to discuss Spencer has been to Special When Lit. And for the first time, haven't you? And he had a very lovely time there. So we're going to find out.
Went down about a week ago, yeah.
And we'll find out what games he likes. You did. It was good fun. I bloody well hope so too. So he's played some games for the first time. We're going to find out what games he liked, what games he didn't like. He played in a little tournament there, Spencer's first tournament. Let's have a little chat about that. And in between all of that, we've got Big Phil with us today, who'll be joining us to talk all things Nerg and Pinfest 2023. So get your pens ready. Probably not pens anymore, is it? Probably not pen and a post-it note. Get your devices ready. Do whatever you're doing. I probably should just say now, for those of you that probably hasn't sussed out, a little bit earlier on, the forum was down, just in case you were wondering what was going on. I haven't actually spoken to Paul over on the forum, but the forum was down. I just went and checked before we went live. It seems to be working now. So there you go. Right. Well, before we do start, let's say hello to Tony Malloy. He's particularly looking forward to this evening because he and Phil bonded. Well,
I've got this vision of Evo stick. I don't know.
No. It's a play on words. It was bonded because he's trying to be a bit cheeky there, Tony, because it was they were the what do they call Batman and Robin? A dynamic duo. That's it. They were a dynamic duo who got a sneaky peek at whatever it was. But the early sneaky peek of James Bond. So that's what it means. They bonded. There is Matt. That's from London Pinball. By the way, I just want to say at this point, if basically you don't fancy going and buying a pinball machine flat out, because it's a lot of bloody money. If you fancy renting one for a little while, that is an option, by the way. You might want to contact London Pinball. We'll put the details in the details section, basically, underneath this video afterwards. Get in touch with Matt. Lovely fella. That that Medieval Madness, which you can't see now, that's his. I just think it's a really good option, particularly with the prices that a lot of these pinball machines are now. Maybe hire one for a month for free. See if you like it.
I think it's a good idea, actually. I have to say, I've had a fair few of your machines up here, and having a machine in the house, even for a few months, just to get some quality time on it it's a good thing.
Nothing like a bit of quality time with somebody else's kit. So we've got Rasputin, not the real one, I think, not the original. Paul is there.
On a bit now.
So good evening, ladies and chaps. David is in the railway mess room, and Spread 7. So good evening, David. What's Spread 79? What was the spread in 79? Probably Stalk, wasn't it? Remember Stalk? Remember Stalk spread?
Yes, Stalk. Yes, Stalk. Stalk indeed. I'm just trying to think of some others now.
Well,
I can't think of any.
Flora's
been around for donkey's years.
As evening,
lard.
Stephen.
They used to have lard.
Silver Paolo. Silver Paolo's in the house. Jim's here. Silver Paolo's probably in his own house, actually. And there we go. Lots of people. Welcome, one and all. Okay, right. Before we bring Phil in, I'll just let you know what's been going on at Flipperama Towers. So we have... I'm just going to give Spencer a chance to do his joke now, okay? I have...
What's my joke?
I have a Dolly Parton on its way in.
And there ain't no Parton between them.
There we go. I don't know a steel cymbal drum roll
But
button is.
yeah.
We don't have one. There probably is one on the software somewhere, but I'm not clever enough to find it. So we have Dolly Parton coming in, which is, again, not the real one, not the real Dolly Parton, not the real Rasputin. Never see them together, do you, those two? And I mean, Rasputin and Dolly Parton, not the...
Yeah, you do never see them together.
You do see
but it's one of the few machines that you can't store Tombstone. You have to lay it down on its back.
Very top heavy.
Absolutely, very top heavy.
It supples over, doesn't it?
It's got extra large feet just to keep it upright.
Keith. I've got to thank Keith for that. So I've got to pop down to Luke's and get that. So I'm really interested to get that here as well. Number one, to do a feature video on it. Spencer, stop smirking. You dirty.
I've just spotted John's in the house now. I'm going to be talking about John later on because he came down with me down to Special Winlet the other Friday. So I've got some pictures of John as well.
Oh bloody hell! That's something. That may even top the Dolly Parton pictures.
I doubt it.
No, so that's coming, and then I've got to pop over and see Alan, which I'm really looking forward to, and we're going to pick up. I'm going to pick up World Cup Soccer. So they're going to be coming in. There's loads of space in the man cave. We've got the additional section there. We're looking good. And I'm going to pop and see Matt at London Pinball and hire an alternative pinball machine whilst Medieval Madness goes back. But at the moment, we have got we've got Aerosmith in here, Spence, and obviously you played it, didn't you, mate?
I came up and saw it. Well, I was there the day that it got delivered. I had a few games on it, and we did a video on it and a doubles game. Very impressed with the machine. How have you been getting on with it? Because you've had it in the house now for a couple of weeks.
Well, it's weird. Okay, so I'm playing it every day, apart from when I'm not here and then I don't play it.
I'm very pleased about that.
Absolutely. It's weird. Okay, here's what's weird about it. It's a John Borg game. Don't like John Borg. Well, he's probably a very lovely person. Don't get me wrong. I don't know him personally. I'm not a fan of his games per se. This one I like. It's tough. The shots are quite tight on it. And it can be a bit brutal. And he can make a brutal game, John Borg. And normally, if I feel like the game is being unjust on me, I tend to walk away. I shut it down. I think John Borg might have done Walking Dead, possibly. I play Walking Dead. It gets halfway up that ramp and rolls back down and rolls down between the flippers. I'm done. Honestly, I'll switch it off. I can't play something else. Not interested in that stuff. So normally, if a game is brutal, I'll walk away from it. Star Wars is another. Star Wars off the plunge. I'll do it 2 or 3 times. I'm not even going to play this.
It's not brutality you don't like. It's unfairness.
It's injustice.
It's injustice. You get all high pitched and indignant, which is easy for me to say. But it's a harsh game. You're absolutely fine with. But I've seen you get so cross with the game. If a ball drains when it's hit something that it's asked you to hit. Oh my God! World War III breaks out. So what's been happening with the Aerosmith thing? Come on, you're alluding to something going on here.
Well, do you know what? It's a hard game and the shots are tight, but I keep going back. I'm really enjoying it. And as I'll tell you what it is, and I've been trying to suss it out. You know, it's got personality and charisma, a bit like yourself and Phil Spence. It's got personality and charisma, this game, and I like it. I've got to say, I really like it. Yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So it's not done the week that Iron Maiden did. That's for sure.
Well, we weren't too sure. I mean, again, you've put your money where your mouth is with regard to a machine, and I was pleasantly surprised with it. And I'm quietly pleased that you're getting on with it, because I did want to have another go on it, and I had this sneaking suspicion that in the couple of weeks between me coming up the first time and it getting delivered and coming up again, you'd have said those fateful words. Oh, by the way, Spence, I've sold Aerosmith, and that would have been it. It would have been gone. Oh, by the way, it's going tomorrow. No notice. It's quite nice to know that it's going to be there next time I go up there.
Well, I didn't say that, but
right, okay.
I'm just saying I enjoy it. I find out, but you're right, and I have got that reputation. So as soon as we did that video, before that video had been published an hour, I'd already had 3 messages saying, "Oh, by the way, mate, when you seriously, by the way, mate, when you move that on, I'll take that." Well, what do you mean when I move it on? Who says it? So I've got a reputation. People expect me to get this machine and just sell it straight away.
But you have done that in the past.
Yeah, no, it's a warranted reputation, but no, I mean, I'm not going to sell it. I'm not saying it's a keeper, like forever, like Batman or Deadpool. But I mean,
or Elvira.
No, hold on a second. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. That was a keeper.
I think I would. Well, look, things change, but I don't think Batman doesn't change and Deadpool doesn't change. But no, look, I won't keep hold of this forever. But I wouldn't. I'm in no hurry to get rid of it at all. And I'd probably a trade. I might be interested in a trade at some point with, but it'd have to be a whatever, Circus Voltaire or a Tales of the Arabian Nights or something. Very, very little. And at the moment, I'm thoroughly enjoying it and making decent progress. We got, how do I say this? How do I pronounce this? Banzai Pinball Dipstick. What do you mean how to pronounce it?
How do you pronounce that, Chris?
How do I pronounce Banzai Pinball? It's
mispronounce it now. I want to hear what went through your head when you saw that.
Well, I'm dyslexic, so do you know what the worst thing is? I'm naughtily dyslexic. I basically see rude words. That's DJ Rouge. But when I first saw that, I can't compartmentalize the letters. So someone did a comedy sketch once, and they were talking about the phonetic alphabet. And I said, why is it when you get on the phone and you've got to do your postcode or something, does the phonetic alphabet automatically become a swear word, right? So, like B's meant to be Bravo, or, what's it, Sierra, and you're thinking, bastard shit, and stuff like that. No, Bravo, it's C for, don't say it,
Cox.
I was thinking of something worse than that.
Yeah, actually. I know. I was trying to keep it below the level.
Of course you were. And I can, that's Mark. Hello, Mark. I can read. I can read to Mark. Let's bring the man. Let's bring him in. The boy wonder.
Hello. Good evening. Hi.
How are you, Phil?
Oh, I thought I was going to be the filling of your sandwich. I thought you were going to be stripes. Hey, it's Spencer's the film.
Always.
Yeah. But I don't want to mess around with it too much because he's in focus now, Spencer, and that's
it won't be you that affects my focus. It'll be this bloody camera thing here.
Yeah. Right. First of all, I've got to say hello to my little friend. She's 3-year-old, and it's Ren. Ren's watching. Hello, Ren.
Hello, Ren.
Hi, Ren.
I see. My partner in crime, Tony's here as well.
Absolutely.
Oh,
bonded you are.
Seems so long ago. It must be about, was it 5-6 weeks ago? That now. He's a little snippet for you as well. Tony was the first person outside of Stern to play James Bond. It was meant to be me.
In the world? Is that a world exclusive?
It was, yeah. Wow. It was meant to be me, but just as I was about to press the start button, I was called away. So Tony jumped in and played the game.
Did your phone ring and then did it go dead when you walked away from the machine?
Yeah, it was Tony's number, basically. It was put it on an accent. Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, Tony, that's his claim to fame. The first person outside of Stern to play James Bond.
So John's got what's John's message? Hi, sorry, no, sorry. Hello, John. No, sorry. John is telling Tony to say hello to his wife, basically.
Communicating through your channel
via the chat. Why not? I think we all endorse that sentiment. How you been, Phil?
Good. It doesn't see. Well, it does. It seems so long ago, Pinfest, and the thing is, it just flies over. You spend all year planning, everyone mucking in, and then it's gone. And then straight back on it again, planning for next year. Since the last chat, I've bought one machine. I've got a Royal Rumble. So I've been working on that. I've been swapping out the bulbs and putting in LEDs. So that's done now. So I need to fold that up, get that in the garage, and then drag out Austin Powers and start LED in that one as well.
Oh, okay. Is there room? Because I've seen a little tour of your room. Have you got room for all of those, both of them together?
where the pinball machines are, the row of pinball machines, I've got one sort of across, but with that one there, I can't get the glass out. So it's temporary. So it's temporary setup there. So
you'll have to do what Andy does and leave the glass out when you play it. He does that all the time.
That would solve it, yeah. Or just smash it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've been before we talk about 2023 and Nerg Pinfest, when you finished the last Pinfest, because obviously you're working so hard and you bring your family down with you and everything. Yeah. How knackered are you when you get back? Is it you're not sort of back to work on you can't be back to work on a Monday actually, can you? Because you're still packing down. But
yeah, we didn't get back till about 5:30 on the Monday, and I had to unload the machines. Then I took the van back on the Tuesday morning, and I think did I work from home Tuesday, and then I think I was up in working in Scotland from the wedding today. So I didn't take any time off after Pinfest.
Wow.
And weirdly, I contacted the hotel to start the ball rolling for 2023 as well on the Tuesday.
Did you? Okay.
It just doesn't stop.
So you were that pleased, and it was a right success, Phil. Yeah, because obviously we only know and we attended a rip roaring success as we all thought it was, but from your point of view.
Yes, everyone is raving about it this year. Everyone had a fantastic time. Everyone was saying it was the best one, even though I can't think of much difference to the previous years. But everyone just seemed to enjoy it more.
That's really good. I missed it, obviously. So
that's why everybody enjoyed it more.
Yeah. Thanks,
Spencer wasn't there. It was just a little bit better without Spencer there. I felt so. If Spencer comes to the next one, it'll probably different.
It'll be the worst one ever.
Yeah.
No, we've got big plans for next year already.
What can you reveal about these big plans? Tell us some news, mate.
Well, first off, I had I know everyone was itching to get the hotel rooms booked, so I released a little bit of information online. So we've actually reserved the entire hotel for the weekend. So that means we can we've got scope to place machines in other areas in the hotel, so we can make a little bit of room in reception, put a few machines there. And one idea I'm toying with is having a 24/7 room. So it's I keep forgetting the name of the meeting rooms. It's a meeting room just next to the bar. We didn't utilize it this year, but that could be the 24/7 room. So outside of the normal hall hours, people don't want to go to bed, or people getting up in the middle of the night, they can just go along and play some pinball if they want.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
That was the room that the Classics was in year before last.
The year before this year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the other thing that they're having. That we had air conditioning in the main hall, which was a godsend. In fact, my partner Pauline, who works the event, she was freezing. Even the heat of the machines couldn't keep her warm. She wanted to put her jacket on. It was too cold for her. But it worked a treat. And what the hotel have told me is they are installing air conditioning into all the other meeting rooms as well.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Really good news. Really good news.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the costs are going up.
Everything is, Phil, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So unfortunately, I have to put the ticket prices up. I haven't really talked about it, but it hasn't stopped people buying tickets. Tickets are selling already, so thank you very much. So I tried to work out, I've got my notes on my computer here. The VIP ticket was £50. So that was 20 and a half hours of pinball. Really, it was 22 and a half, because on the evening sessions we always stayed open until midnight. It's advertised till 11, but everyone is well in the mood. It just goes until midnight. So that worked out at £2.43 an hour of pinball if you had a VIP ticket.
I think that's pretty good value. Pretty damn good value.
It is, yeah. So I'm increasing the ticket price to £60. Again, it still works out really cheaply. So that's roughly, it's just under £3 an hour. Plus, next year we'll have the the 24/7 machines as well. So I want to try and give a little bit more because of the ticket prices going up. So we're also opening earlier because it was always 10:30 opening on the daytime sessions. So we're going to open up at 10 o'clock. It's only half an hour, but again,
makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. I know people were, the year that I went, which was the year before last, people were knocking on the door of from about 9:30 onwards, saying, "Oh, can we just have a quick look?" No.
Yeah. I haven't actually told the team that yet. I've got to start working.
I would.
Now you have.
If I were you.
Now you have.
So the day ticket that's going up as well. £5. That's £25. The weekend ticket is £40. But again, if it's just a weekend ticket, it still works out at just under £3 an hour.
I think it's good value. I really do.
And I'm scrapping the under 13 ticket.
You're banning children. You heard it here first. No children allowed.
No kids.
He's going full Grinch. He's gone full Grinch on us.
No, it's.
I don't blame you, mate. Keep them out of there. They're
overrated. They got to learn, Phil. They got to learn. Quite frankly, some of them are winning tournaments and everything.
This is it. It's a total opposite. We need to encourage the kids. So I want the parents to come along, bring the kids along, get them into pinball because they are the future of this hobby. So under 13s are free. The VIP ticket, I'm not restricting that to the 150. It seems unfair if we're taking up the whole of the hotel. Everyone who's booking a room most likely wants to be a VIP ticket holder as well. So hopefully with the extra machines dotted about, the free play room, there's more pinball and there won't be as much of a crowd in the main room. We'll see.
Are you looking to try and get more machines as well? So how many machines were there this year in the main hall?
I don't know the exact number, but it was around 100. But that's the other killer thing, that the costs, the transport costs. I really need everyone to sort of shop around and try and get some cheap transport. I really, really appreciate bringing the machines along, but the transport costs were more than the actual hotel costs.
Wow.
Okay, let's just nail this down if you don't mind, so it's clear on everyone, because I'm not totally clear on it, and for the simple reason that I've got a van and I brought two machines. I bring my own van. I don't need to hire a van, so it's different for me. Exactly. So what are you looking to do? What's ideal for you?
So ideally, the cheapest way to do this is if one person brings a machine, they get their VIP ticket. So effectively, that machine there for the weekend has cost me £60.
Yeah.
You came yourself last year. You brought two machines. You refused any transport costs. You didn't want any fuel costs. No. So it was just your ticket. So your machines were £25 each for the weekend, which is about as cheap as you can get it. The most expensive machine this year to bring along worked out about £100. But that's just the way it works. That's the way I've always run it. I don't want people to lose money, but for the donations next year, I'm going to have a chart, sort of like a little spreadsheet with rough costs of how much it's going to be to get the machines there. So obviously, Chris, if you bring two machines again next year, you'd be near the top because you're the cheapest. And the most expensive ones will be at the bottom.
It's been said before, to be honest with you. It's not the first time anyone's...
cheap. He's a cheap date, that boy.
That's a familiar phrase to me, but yes. I will bring two, but go on.
Yeah, so you'd be top because it'll be £30 a pin, unless Spencer's there coming along with you. So that would be £60 a pin. So it's again,
I might bring a Cactus Canyon LE with me. You never know. Though.
Oh wow, great!
There you go.
So I'm going to have to be brutal, unfortunately, because the costs are horrendous, and no doubt they'll be more expensive next year. So
I think that's perfectly reasonable, especially with the cost of everything are going up, and I think you have to ask people to be as reasonable as they can about it.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
What doesn't help is Thursday night's becoming very popular as well. People just like to get to the hotel, chill out, a few drinks, that sort of thing, and if they're bringing a van for an extra day, that's an extra hire cost as well
Yeah.
for that day. So it all adds up. I do want people to come along, enjoy themselves, but I just need to be very hot on costs next year.
Yeah, I think as long as you're keeping an eye on it and you're being sort of realistic with the amount that you've got available, the budget that's available for it, I'm sure people will be very understanding. And obviously, if people, there is a community out there. If people can van share and try and sort of spread the cost a little bit, then all the better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
definitely.
you've got who is Kaufmanized?
I don't recognise it name.
Well, you'll recognise them now, surely.
So he's doing trips backwards and forwards.
Yeah, but no, this is the problem with YouTube handles.
But that's
that right?
That's
is that right?
Wiggy? Who the hell is Wiggy?
I
don't know Wiggy. But that's such a laborious task as well, because they're going to all the various homes and they're going to be out till like 3-4 in the morning. And again, it's putting people out of the way. But we'll see what happens. Cool. We'll see what's put on.
Oh, there you go. There you go. What was weird? That was Kirk. There you go. So yeah, he was. Yeah, I look. I mean, this is the thing. He's come up with a solution there. People are going to come up with solutions. I think there is definitely a way around this.
If people talk, chat in the communities and work things out together, rather than just going out hiring the first van they come across and driving up with a few machines. We need everyone to work together.
Can I just say that
Tony
Malloy
is terrible.
He is a Scouser. He is a Scouser.
Yes, you got to remember Tony's roots.
Yeah, absolutely. He might be posh now.
Or vans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've got a pool of 20 vans. We got them for the weekend, but don't ask any questions. Yeah,
for sure. Well, look, I think I'm really looking forward to it. You're going to go this year, Spence. Next year.
I've booked my hotel room. That's all signed and sealed. It's in the diary. I've also had a chat with my wife this year and made sure that she hasn't booked a family holiday on the same dates. She was in the doghouse. I actually tried to change my flights to get to Pinfest, but they wouldn't let me change the flights. I was going to lose the whole holiday, which was particularly tricky, really. But I did manage to persuade her that I could come out a couple of days later and then meet the family out there, but I just couldn't get the flights for it. I'm looking forward to next August. And it seems not that far away now. I kind of get the feeling that this year, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember the hotel wasn't available until a lot later the year that I went, year before last. And it just seems to have gathered a huge amount of momentum really quickly already. It seemed like this year's was no sooner done than next year's was knocking on the door.
Yeah, and with us taking over the hotel, we'll be able to camp out in reception rather than sitting in the corridor. The staff, so we'll have a couple of tables in the big reception area.
I think having the whole hotel is going to be excellent. Be trying to take a pinball machine up to your room, wouldn't you?
It will happen. Take one up there for some quality time.
Of course you could.
We've got the competitions. Well, I'm talking about the competitions. They'll be the same competitions again.
Yes.
We're looking at increasing the prize pot of both the classics and the main. Hopefully doubling. So we still have to sponsorship. I've managed to secure a couple of sponsors so far. We'll just after, and even if it's just a couple of £100, if anybody wants the name on the website, promote it on the social feeds, get in touch with us, and we'll sort something out.
So, but we're looking for more sponsors. With some more sponsors to basically up the competitions at Pinfest. And it's worth pointing out, because I know there'll be people that watch the channel that haven't been to Pinfest that don't know Phil. Phil doesn't make any money off of this at all. This is all about just breaking even, but having a good time and putting on basically the biggest community event that you possibly can for pinball with something for everyone. And I've got to say as well, I know you sort of tallied it up the way you were calculating it. You said it's this much per hour for pinball, but I would say Pinfest is worth so much more than that. It's not just that.
God, yeah.
It's actually the time, fun enough, you spend chatting to your friends at the bar or falling asleep at the bar. Say no more. You know, and there's just so much good stuff that happens in and around Pinfest. It's you know, it's magnificent. It's such a special time, and we're all grateful for you for doing it, Phil. And I do think that, you know, you do so much for the community. I think the community, you know, will continue to do what they do, which is, you know, bring machines and turn up and just, it's just a great time of the year.
Ailsa's leading the women's revolution once again next year, so she'll be doing the ladies event and with the NBA fast break. We have Stallball back. It's not going to be Neil. Neil's not doing it. He's I must thank Neil. He's done a brilliant job and he's brought some beautiful machines along. But he's got bigger fish to fry now, so he's stepping aside for Pinfest duties. So somebody else will be taking over Stallball.
Still with a shadow?
I believe we're looking at another machine.
Oh,
what was it again?
What have you got in mind? What have you got in mind?
Somebody did suggest one, but I can't remember which one it was. Somebody will put it in the chat.
Yeah, it's got to have a magnet. It's got to have a magnet, right? Have I got that right? It's got to have a magnet. Yeah. Oh, that is going to be interesting. Well, I mean, Stallball is a great feature of it. Elsa did a fantastic job, not just with the NBA, but with the ladies. They're quite intimidating, actually. I've got to be honest with you. She said, "Come in here, can you do a bit of filming here?" Which I did. So I've got the footage, Elsa. Don't worry, we'll be putting that out there. And I just walked into this room full of women. All right, I did a little bit of filming. I'll see you later. Thanks. Yep. Cheers. Off you go. Bye.
There you go. Twilight Zone with power balls. I don't know what that
is. Okay. Yeah.
Twilight
Zone.
See that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And there'll be the best in show. There was talk about having different categories for the best in show, like different eras.
Mm-hmm.
But congratulations to Ant on winning 2023 with his Adams Family.
I thought you were still congratulating him. Yeah, okay, it's like that, is it? Yeah.
Oh, he's such a perfectionist. I hope he does bring that along. It's beautiful to see. That Terminator 2 is just something else.
It is stunning. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Well, I'm popping to see him soon. He's going to help me out with video. He's going to do some showing how to screen print, which we're doing. So I look forward to seeing that. I'll sabotage the Adams Family.
Yeah, we'll do something to it.
Well, I say sabotage it. It's not like I've got anything that can compete. It's going to win it. Yeah, but I mean, there were some great machines there, weren't there? You know, last year. Yeah, the last Pinfest.
So it's the usual message: just get your hotel room booked. There's 150 rooms. In the past, we've reserved 100, but the hotel is 150. So again, just don't leave it to chance. Get your room booked.
Well, from the sounds of it, I mean, there was a bit of a frenzy when it was announced that the hotel, we had the hotel. Well, you had the whole hotel booked out. I mean, I know Chris and I got our rooms pretty much sorted out within hours of that announcement. A lot of other people did as well. So I think those 150 rooms are going to go like hotcakes.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that anybody that's even thinking about going, get a room booked.
Well, Spencer's got the presidential suite, I noticed. So
of course I have.
You just bring a sleeping bag and go and sleep in the library in Spencer's room or something like that.
And you can come and sleep with the staff. Yes, that'd be fine.
Thursday, it's there's nothing special about Thursday, but I think this year some of the charity machines were set up and will be in place. So officially, there's nothing happening on the Thursday. It's just a get together, sit in the bar, catch up, chat. But unofficially, there may be some machines to play.
Yeah. But don't expect any. I think that's
no.
Yeah.
But that's what we did do on the Thursday. This Thursday, we did just have a drink in the bar.
Yeah, it was good because just catching up, because people go months without seeing each other, and they just have the forum. So face to face, it is a good catch up.
Yeah, and there was a nice awards ceremony there as well, which you had the Pinball Hall of Fame ceremony, which Martin was giving out the awards for that, which was really good. That was at the end of the Sunday as well. That was great. It was just all great. The competition was great. Obviously, Andy won the Classics and he won the main
Wow,
event as
yeah.
well.
Really
But
good.
there was just so many competition winners, so many competitions, be it the junior tournaments, the NBA tournaments, ladies tournaments. So much of it was so good. It really is. It really is something for everyone there. And
We'll do the kids competition again as well.
Yeah, well, I might even bring my son this time. So he's got a little bit more into it, but they're still not quite forgiving me for selling Monster Bash yet. But hopefully we can recover from that. What about? Did you want to get any information out about Nerg, Phil?
Yes, Nerg's the 8th and 9th of July. So I'll be after some pinball donations for that. It works exactly the same. I pay for the transport, pay for the fuel, and if you can bring a good few machines, I'll also pay for your hotel room as well. Wow. I want to try and get more pinball machines there than ever before.
And where is Nerg?
It's in Gateshead.
It's in Gateshead.
Again, it's another fantastic social weekend. Everyone says the gaming gets in the way of the social activities. Because we pop into Newcastle on the Saturday, even have a bit of a night out there.
Oh, do you now? Oh, okay.
So apart from that, it's a good weekend, is it?
Yeah, and I hope to see you there, Chris, as well.
Mate, listen. If I can make up, I will.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, I would. I've got, as you know, I've got family up there. Anyway,
that's video arcade machines as well, and consoles and computers.
Which is also bloody good fun. Let's be fair, and I know you've got a great love of that yourself. You've got some consoles behind you. So okay, so that is, and let's just run us past again the dates for Pinfest, please, Phil.
Oh God, hang on, 25th, 26th, and 27th of August.
Okay, fantastic. Are they on separate websites, Nerg and Pinfest?
Yes, ukpinfest.com and northeastretrogaming.com.
Okay, fantastic. What we'll do is
Nerg.com was already taken. I couldn't have that. Couldn't have Nerg.
Bastards. What we'll do is we'll put all the details for all of this stuff underneath the video, but I can't do it now because we're live. So if you're watching it, what day is it? It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Yeah,
it is Tuesday.
I'll have them up by Wednesday, basically. So if you just search for that information, they'll all be under once YouTube does a funny thing where it processes live videos, and we'll go with that. Phil, you're a superstar, mate. Thank you so much indeed for everything you do. You know, it's amazing, mate. It really is.
Thanks for having us on, and just remember that all the Smurfs behind us as well, who give up their time for the weekend. Yeah. And even the ones who aren't dressed as Smurfs, Peter the electrician, his wife, Wayne and Paul doing the competitions, Sean doing the classics competition. There's so many people involved, and they give all the time just for the community.
Yeah, no, it really is a community event, and they're a great lot, and that's something I certainly will be doing. We'll be staying for the additional night next time as well, and having pizza and drink with basically all the NLP guys. You know, definitely it's and everybody that helps out. It's great fun, and it was nice. You know what? It was. I mean, you talk about Sean. Sean worked so hard at those classic competitions. What was really nice that weekend was once the classics had finished, was actually seeing Sean there in the main hall with a beer in his hands. Just he's like, my job's done now. I'm gonna now, have a beer, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. And it was
5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, Phil, thanks ever so much, mate. Anything you need to get out there, anything we can help with, anything we can do here. We're always here for you, mate, and we really appreciate everything you do.
Cheers, thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks, mate. No cheers. Big Phil, there he is. There he's gone. He's gone now.
He's gone. He's disappeared. He's
exciting, Spence.
It's very exciting. I can't. It's next August. It's a long way away, and yet it seems so soon. It's gonna come around before you know it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. Right. Okay. Let's get to some. Before we get on to Special When Lit, where you went, you basically have a Godzilla at the moment. I dropped Godzilla down to you. I collected fishtails. I took fishtails, which is Collywobble's fishtails, and I do want to give a big old bloody hug and a virtual kiss to Collywobbles at the moment, who is just a top geezer, and we love him dearly. So it's Collywobbles fishtails, and I went and collected Collywobbles fishtails, took it to Scotty. You've got my Godzilla. How are you enjoying it?
I have got your Godzilla, and I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. not groundbreaking scores, but regularly getting over 100 million on it. A game lasts. It's quite surprising actually. A game, even a short game, lasts a long time on that machine. I haven't had a huge amount of time to really get into it. I've been having sort of about 2 or 3 games a day. It's great fun. I can see why it's as popular as it is. I just think, I think fun sums it up. I'm really enjoying playing it. Even if I don't have a great game, there's so much going on in it. There's so much. It's got everything. It's got good shots. It's got good. The theme I thought was going to be a little bit grating. The call outs are a little bit grating on occasions, but you can pretty much sort of tune those out, and the world's a happy place.
What do you like? What do you like most about it? Do you think? What are you enjoying most about it? When you switch it on, looking forward to?
What I'm really looking forward to every time I switch it on is I do like the multi-balls on. There's a lot of multi-balls, and you can keep those multi-balls going for a long time. One thing that I do particularly appreciate about the machine is, especially when you've got somebody that isn't a pinhead that comes over and you just switch the machine on for a bit of a casual 2-player game. The game is incredibly kind straight out the starting gate. You've got a lot of ball saves at the beginning there.
Yes,
you're not gonna have a drain immediately, and that's really great for getting somebody that's sort of getting into pinball or as a casual player into that game. It allows you to have a beer and a chat and a decent game out of it without feeling like you're being hard done by. There's nothing worse than somebody sort of rattling off for an hour or so on a 2-player game while the other one spends. It's really good. What I like particularly is setting up. There's so many different types of shot on there. There's so many, the skill shots are particularly challenging. It really is a skill shot. There are so many paths that the ball can take. That upper flipper shot where you've got to just take it round and round.
Yep.
On the loop. God, yeah, you feel like an absolute god. It's fantastic. It really
you're cutting in and out, Spence. Just to let you know, I don't know if that's the same for everybody else. You're cutting in and out a little bit at the moment with those. Sorry, I just read something in the chat. I should have got distracted. It's your Dorset Wi-Fi, my friends. I think.
Thank you. Dorset Wi-Fi I don't know whether when Phil was on, your lights flickered and then the whole thing went dead for me. I don't know whether that's my Wi-Fi or whether that's happening up at yours. But
it's not. Are you suggesting there might be connectivity issues at Flipperama Towers?
I think there might be the occasional power outage. You never know, your luck.
I tell you what, if it's a computer, it's your bloody fault. You're the one that built it.
Yeah, there is that.
I don't know. Sorry, I just got to say, this is Philip. Is this about pinball, or is that just a state? Is that just how it's feeling?
We've all felt like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you went to Special When Lit.
I did.
I've not been to Special When Lit. Where is Special When Lit?
Well, all the way over in sunny Salisbury. So actually, it's only about 20 minutes away from me. I'm based down near Bournemouth. So went up to Salisbury. Went up and saw Greg, who was hosting that night. It was I believe is it Peter was away doing a competition? Is it Peter that runs it usually?
I think they were in Sweden. I think they were
in Sweden. Yeah, they were at an event over there. So Greg was running that night, and he was very welcoming. I've got some pictures here as well, which I'll just load up. Actually, I don't just have a little look and see if I can share these. Share screen.
Oh, you can share the pictures, can you?
Hey, there you go. You bring it up.
You want me to add these pictures?
Oh, hang on a sec. Let me just do that.
No, we're having. See, it's not just the Dorset Wi-Fi. I've got to say.
Oh no, I know what I needed to do. There you go. That's better.
Okay,
it's user error. There you go. So that's one. That's the larger of the 2 rooms at Special When Lit. And that's just down. That's the longest wall in there. There are 2 other shorter walls. So there's machines opposite that, and machines sort of towards where I'm shooting for as well. So you get a sort of kind of rough idea. And as you can see, it's a very well attended Friday night session.
Absolutely.
lots of people turn up. The atmosphere is very good. It's a good mixture of people. As you can see from that picture, there's sort of some kids there. There's some, there's a good range of people there. So I went down there with my mate John, and I took John so that I stood a fighting chance of actually beating somebody on a machine down there.
You took a stooge.
he was indeed my stooge, and in fact, let's say I've got another picture here. Let's just change this one. I've got to find my slides here.
Oh, I see you've got some acoustic foam behind you, Spence.
I have got some acoustic foam. I've gone a bit acoustic. So
sorry, you were echoing then when you said that. Say it again.
You're funny. You're a very funny man. So let me just show this one.
Well, what could you say? What could you say?
Share screen. Let's
come on,
do
share
this.
the screen.
Right.
Show us.
So there you go. So there's John. That's again one.
Oh, so how do we know that's John?
I don't. It's a bit of a giveaway. It's a bit of a giveaway. So
that's Greg. Is that Greg hiding on Metallica at the back?
I think it is at the very back there. At the very back.
Yeah.
But anyway, Greg invited me to join the competition down there.
Yeah.
Every Friday they sort of have a sort of a fun competition. I say that, and Greg announced it as a fun competition, but he's put all the results up online. It looks like they run it every week, and some people take it quite seriously. So,
I'll take their competition seriously, no doubt, including me when I got down to the nitty-gritty stages. I can tell you that much.
Absolutely. So I sort of entered into that, and so did John. I couldn't get I went down there with Zach, my son, as well, who's just turned 13. But I'm trying to get him interested in pinball. But he did he had a few games, but he spent most of his time on his phone, I have to say, as kids are sort of do these days. But so I entered the competition, and the way the competition works is they pick 6 machines at random. And then there's a piece of paper underneath each one, and you have one go on the machine. You're not allowed a warm-up go, and you put your score down on there, and that's it. You get that corroborated by somebody, and that's the score that's tallied up at the end of the night. And I came third.
Did you really?
Yes. I was kind of sort of resigned to the fact that I was going to come last, and I didn't.
I would have thought you'd have come last as well.
Well, yeah, I was kind of.
He's not even lying. What sort of skullduggerous sneakiness was going on here?
I know. It was quite interesting. Although I have to say, if you go on the website now, he's put me down. I don't know where he's got my surname from, because he's got it wrong. I don't know. He's put me down as Spencer Buck. Now I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know whether that stands for something, but
it might stick.
It might stick. It might stick. I reckon he's being rude. I reckon it stands for something. It's an acronym for something, isn't it? But yeah, it's probably my fault, because I just put myself down as Spencer on my sheet, so he didn't have a clue as to what my surname was.
Are you sure there wasn't somebody else called Spencer there that could play pinball? And
actually, there might be. That might not be. That might not be me.
I might have sussed it out, really.
He might have actually been so sorry for me that he thought, you know what, I won't embarrass him by putting his score on the website. I'll put John's up there because John did quite well, but I'll leave Spencer off there because it's just a bit embarrassing. But yeah, okay,
so especially when it was good, yeah.
Yes, it's a good fun evening. They open up at I think 6:30 till 8:30, and then there's another second session from 8:30 till 10:30.
What days? What days? Sorry.
Every Friday.
Every Friday. There we go.
Every Friday. And I went down there at I arrived at about 6:20. I just wanted to get in there early doors and have a look around before
tamper with a machine so as you could come third.
Get a couple of sneaky games. No, I didn't. But yeah, have a little look around and meet Greg and just say hi and just get a general sort of feeling for the place and a look around. And it got very crowded very quickly. And myself, John, and Zach ended up staying there till pretty much 10 o'clock. I think we did pretty much both sessions, all of both sessions. So the time just disappeared before, by the time you had a few games on this and that, you'd done your 6 machines for your competition. It was 10 o'clock and we were kind of looking at our watches or our phones these days.
Yes.
Well, what we did is we ordered a curry for delivery back at the house back down here, and then set off and had pretty much actually turned up when the curry did. As we were pulling into the drive, so was the curry, which was lovely. But yeah, got to play some interesting machines as well. I'm just going to bring up the list and remind myself what they've got there.
Yeah, I'll be interested what you liked there. You've told me one of them anyway, but
yeah,
nobody else knows. So apart from the people that were at Special When Lit. Sorry, just one last thing, because I'm obviously going to have to. That's another thing. I've got a lot of information to put on the description of this video. So I'll put Special When Lit down there. So it's Fridays. I'll put the website down and everything you need to. How much is it?
Oh, do you know what? I can't remember.
Someone will tell us.
Somebody will tell us. I think it was. I don't know. I know it wasn't very expensive.
And how much for the? So there was obviously the bribe was separate to
the bribe cost me a lot.
Yeah, I bet it bloody
yeah.
Honestly.
So, John said, yeah, had a superb evening at Special When Lit. Time disappeared. Yeah, he's absolutely right.
There you go. Right. Sorry, you just told me that I could click any of that.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, there you go. £5 a session. I knew it was next to nothing. A great evening in entertainment for a tenner, and well worth every penny. Machines there. I mean, I'm looking at the website at the moment. They've got a hell of it. They've got Attack from Mars, Cactus Canyon Continued, which was nice. I liked a game on that.
Okay, good. We saw that in the picture. Actually, so go. Yeah,
absolutely. Obviously, as I'm expecting one, I try and get as much Cactus time as I can whenever I see them. Fathom, which I loved.
Did you? Is that Keith's Fathom? Do we know? Because Keith did one up.
I know he did one up. I don't know whether that was Keith's one.
So you like that? You like the Fathom?
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's the first time I've had a chance to play it. I didn't get a go on it at Pinfest because either we were filming and doing other things, or there was somebody on it. It is a lovely machine. And actually, that was one of the 6 machines that was in the competition. And then pretty much after myself and John had a go on it, it had a bit of a hiccup and they had to withdraw it from the competition and swap it out with another machine, which was a massive shame because I got a half decent score on it. At least I felt I'd had a half decent
Is it Rich's?
Score
Is Rich's? Is that Rich Mallett's? Was it Rich's machine? Is it?
Possibly.
Yeah, I've not enjoyed any quality time with Fathom. I'd like to.
It was lovely.
You've got one up on me on that straight away. It's not the only one that you were playing that I haven't played yet. What else was there?
Oh God, I'm just running through the list here. They've got Genesis, which I didn't have a go on. Harlem Globetrotters, which again is an older machine. Loved it. Absolutely.
With the scissor flippers things.
Yes. And the best thing is I managed not to warn John about the scissor flipper, and he did it twice, which is lovely. And I felt so smug because he obviously that was his competition run as well.
Oh,
so I kept that one quiet.
Bit nasty.
Well, you got to let him find out the hard way.
It's like when Matt said to me, "Don't scissor yourself." Like I'm going to know what that means. If you've never seen that before, just don't scissor yourself. I've got to stab myself with something accidentally, am I? Yeah, don't scissor yourself. Oh, damn.
I left John to scissor himself and went, oh, by the way, mate, they call that a scissor?
Yeah.
It's like, right, okay. Savage, he says John. So anyway, Harlem Globetrotters was great fun. I did like that.
Beautiful game, Vince. Looks beautiful.
Jurassic Park Pro, Medieval Madness, and Metallica. I've played Metallica. I played Jurassic Park round at yours. I played Medieval Madness very recently at yours, which probably was why I got a half decent score on it. It wasn't a groundbreaking score. I've got a lot more, but as far as the room that night, I think it was a third or fourth on that. Metallica LE. Now I played Metallica before at Andy's.
I'm interested to hear this actually.
I don't mind it. It's not my favourite. I got on better with it at Andy's. I think it's not one that I would have in my collection. I have to put it down there with sort of the rock pins. Really, it's nowhere near as fun as Aerosmith. I have to say, I don't mind it, but it's not a machine I would own. If I'm playing on it, it's my favourite machine because my favourite machine is always the machine I'm playing. Then they had Monster Bash, which I believe
let me stop you there because you're on the subject and I'll forget it. I think it's the best rock pin.
Do you?
Metallica, I do. I do.
Really?
Yeah. I've only actually enjoyed 2 rock pins properly, and that's one of them. The other one is Metallica, and that gets the edge because the music's good, right?
No, that's a different band.
That's the edge. Yeah. No, this is good. Actually, all the shots and all the Metallica, I think, is a very, very good pinball machine with some excellent modes, really good multi-ball. I really, really like that game. I think it is levels above AC/DC and Iron Maiden, for instance.
You see, I need to play some of these others because I've got the only game that I've got to compare it to, rock themed game, would be Aerosmith. I have played it before at Andy's, but what other games have I played of that sort of, rock pins? Not many.
Yeah, I think with that, if you forget it's a rock pin, with that, which is not an easy thing to do when the guitars are playing and all the rest of it. Well, guitars aren't playing; someone has to play them. They don't play themselves. Just a little bit of music trivia for you there. I think if you put out and you actually just treat it as the shots, very, very good. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. I could tell you a story now.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. So when I got Batman back from Pinfest, I think there's something. I was thinking of something wrong with this. This is not right. It was kicking my ass, right?
What, you or the machine?
The machine was kicking my ass.
Oh,
Batman.
right.
I wasn't kicking my own ass, right?
No.
The machine's kicking my ass. I can't believe what's going on here, And it hadn't really occurred to me. Now I thought it might be. And the tilt bob, I did that. I sorted the tilt bob out, put it back into normal setting or off. Right,
yeah,
absolutely. And I thought, I stopped it from being like north face of the Eiger to sort of actually that's flat. It wasn't flat, but whatever, 6.8.
More like Holland than the Himalayas, yeah.
Absolutely, well said.
Okay.
Well said. And it's just draining all the time. Bang, slingshot, bang, 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 bang. What the hell is going on here? And I'm starting to get really, really annoyed with it because it's not like.
I can imagine you getting ticked off. Yeah,
I was really, and then it took me ages, and then I think I messaged Andy, and the posts at the start of the outlane, and I messaged Andy. Andy, has your one got rubbers on it? Basically, Wayne's taken the rubbers off, so it goes to basically the outlane.
What, he was riding it bareback?
No, that's not nice. It's not nice for Wayne, and it's not a nice thing to suggest that anyone would do to my bloody pinball machine, particularly not Batman. I mean, come on. If you're doing it to Jackpot or something, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's had a go on that. Yeah,
but you can't do something disgusting like that to my pride and joy.
No, fair play.
So basically, I was probably playing it for a good week before I realised that Wayne had basically put it on super hard mode and
he'd been riding it through the rough.
He'd taken the rubbers off, put the rubbers back on, bang, high score.
Lovely,
that would do it.
Lovely.
So Metallica was set up extra hard. Right,
Yeah.
what other games did you play?
Well, I won't. I mean, they've basically got 25 games out. I had a little bit of time on Adam's Family for old time's sake because it's always a little favourite of mine.
Good as you remember.
It's difficult to tell in an arcade environment because you can't hear it as well. But it's actually standing up fairly well in my as far as my memory is concerned. Mainly because I'd actually set my expectations artificially low, thinking it wouldn't be as good as it was. So I kind of double bluffed myself back into that one or out of it. I don't know how that works. I know it was quite nice to have a go on Twilight Zone. I enjoyed playing that. I know it's a big favourite of John. John made a beeline straight for Twilight Zone. He loves that game. A firm favourite of mine, Whitewater. Donkey's years since I played it. Love the game. Couldn't remember any of the shots, how it worked or anything else. Got straight back into it. It came flooding back. Get it? Whitewater flooding back.
Sorry. Sorry.
Came flooding back.
That washed over my head. That one.
It did. But I was going to make a Yeti joke, but I couldn't think of one.
No, not Yeti. You don't do it later.
I'll do it.
Sorry, that was an abominable attempt at humour.
There's a raft of jokes in there, but
there are. Should we crack on with it? It's just we need to be a bit more rapid because we're running out of time.
We are. It's just been a whirlpool this evening, isn't it?
Okay, come on,
we can get over the line. So the big surprise of the evening, Tron Legacy. Now, I kind of when I was sort of did a few games on a couple of bits and pieces. When John turned up, we kind of went through into the big room there that showed you in the first picture, and Tron is just sort of up there on the left hand side, and that was the first game that we played. It is brilliant. It's super fast. I mean, frenetically quick. But it's kind of got a bit of a vibe about it that I really got into. In the same way, and it's not the same sort of style of machine at all, but TNA, Total Nuclear Annihilation, that had a vibe to it, and it's a vibe that I connected with. Same thing happened with Tron Legacy. Really, really good fun machine. I don't know. I'd like to have some quality time with one. I'd like to have one of those in the house for a little while and see if that would actually, continue and what it would be like to actually live with one for a while. Not marry it or anything, just live with it in sin for a while. It was the surprise of the evening. Really was the surprise of the evening. Really enjoyed that game. Really enjoyed it. But we were spoilt for choice. I mean, I had a few games on it, probably about 3 or 4. But with so many good machines there, and only 4 hours to enjoy them, plus having to get around my 6 machines for my competition. There was a lot to do there, an awful lot to do.
Oh, that's interesting. I think possibly Tron is John Borg. I might be wrong. Someone will let us know in the chat within about 20 seconds because we're on a 20-second delay. I think it is. I don't know the game, Spence. I don't know the game, so maybe it's something to to look at in the future and get down somewhere and have a game of doubles on it and learn a little bit of the rules and learn a little bit of the game. But that's interesting. Particularly if you found it fast and frenetic. It has a reputation of being a brutal game that I do know, but I think his games do. If that is him, I'm literally just waiting for the confirmation in the chat now to say someone saying yes, it is. He does make a brutal game, and if that is him, waiting for someone to turn around and go, "Nah, it's Steve Ritchie." It's not. I know it. Flows back to the flippers every time. Yeah,
absolutely. But
it's got atmosphere as well. That game, I think, is important.
It has. I mean, like I say, I wouldn't. Brutal is a weird word because brutal sort of conjures up a picture of it just being aggressive and horrible, but it's not. It's fast and fun, and you've got to be in the zone, and you've got to almost predict where it's going to be on the flippers, but so that you can hit it. You can't wait for the shot. You've got to anticipate the shot, and that's really good fun. That's really good fun. I like that.
Well, mate, I like it. I'll tell you what, let's wrap it up there. We've heard lots today. You've heard, we've had a bit of Aerosmith. Spencer's got Godzilla. We've had Phil telling us all about next year's Pinfest 23 and, of course, Nerg. All the details will be in the description later on. I think the main thing is, get your rooms booked early for that. And it is, there we go, confirmation. Thank you. It is indeed
a Borg game, yeah.
A Borg game. There you go. Speaking of special when lit, we have a nice chat about special when lit. Just sounds fantastic, doesn't it? So if you are down in that sort of southwest, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you're down on holiday, anywhere down in the sort of Dorset area, pop down. North Hampshire and Dorset. If you're down the southwest, or you
it's Wiltshire, though, isn't it? Is it Wiltshire?
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Actually, yes, it is. It's just not just north of. I mean, where we are here is the old 3 counties come together. So if you're down in the southwest, you're down on a family holiday or something, and you want a bit of a pinball fix, nip down to Salisbury. There you go.
Sounds excellent. You may even be triumphant in the tournament or come third.
You never know. You might come a filthy third. One other thing, I am looking for pinball, aren't I? Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, we were meant to segue into that earlier. Yes. Sorry, I should say that.
I've got one going on, and one I'm looking out for.
Yes. So you're looking out for a Judge Dredd.
I am indeed.
You're looking out for a Judge Dredd, which means Andy's old Star Trek Pro, which then became my old Star Trek Pro, which was now your Star Trek Pro, with the color screen, the shaker motor, all the stuff. It's a really good one. You're going to be flogging that, aren't you? And
I am. That's going to be coming up soon.
Keeping your eye open for But yeah, I keep your eye open for a Judge Dredd, which I've had a Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
I love that game.
It's a great game. It is absolutely a fantastic game.
It has, and it's got no pop bumpers, which at the moment sounds like heaven to me.
Doesn't it?
Game without pop bumpers. Oh, I'm sick of the bloody pop bumpers. Yeah. That's the only reason why Aerosmith wouldn't be a long-term keeper, although it's not going anywhere yet. But yeah, so yeah, but I think but I mean, as I said, no hurry to get. I'm not trying to pimp it out. Far from it. I wouldn't take any offer. Well, unless it was
pimp it out.
Well, no, I'm not trying to say that's for sale. That's not for sale. Star Trek very much is for sale.
It is.
Although if you did have a Tales of the Arabian Nights or a Circus Voltaire,
I'd be interested
in a trade at some point, but not yet. I still got. I'm going to clock that game. I've decided I'm going to clock that game. I'm absolutely.
That's your mission, is it?
Yeah. The multi-ball on it. So there's two main multi-balls. The mode, Spence. Here's the thing. This is what you didn't see. We'd seen that game for the first time. You know when you pop the ball and it locks it into the box, right?
Yeah.
Once you lock 3 in there, you can basically choose not to take it. You can actually lock 6 multi-balls in there, and incrementally you get more bonus for doing that. It's not just more balls flying around. If you can then tie that in with a mode, it's really good. And then you've got the elevator one, which basically the elevator multi-ball is really cool. I mean, really cool. The rules are relatively simple, but I sort of like it, you know. So basically, you hit a shot, then you've got to hit the elevator again, right?
Yeah.
That takes you up to floor 1. Another shot, elevator, and then the shots start disappearing.
Where does it go from floor 1?
A basement.
Does it go to floor 2 or basement?
No, it goes to floor 2, and you've got to get up to. You got to get up to level. I think it's level 9, and then when you get to that, and say shot lock, and I think I'm already there. I've already felt it. I've got to 7 or 8, and that shot you've been hitting absolutely easily. Now the pressure's on. Oh my goodness! You know when you, it builds drama. There's not every game builds drama, right? And that's what I've got to say about pinball machines. And that's whilst it does have, it's got character. It's fun. It's got charisma. It builds this bit of drama on it. And there's not every game has done that. That's maybe think I'm determined. I'm going to get to whatever level 9 or whatever it is, the top of the building or whatever the hell it is. But really good fun to try and do that. I'm really enjoying it, actually. Really enjoying that game. So I'm suffering the pop bumpers.
Yeah, I can imagine that would get a bit tedious after a while.
It does. It does. It's far from the worst. It's far from the worst. I don't mind shooting through the pop bumpers, so I don't mind doing it. For instance, Congo, shoot through the pop bumpers. Fine. It's when it travels back round and spoils your orbit that annoys me. It's on the exit through the pop bumpers. Okay, just wasn't really what I had in mind, really. But I don't. Is any pinball machine perfect? No. It's a pretty damn good pinball machine, and an unexpected one. Spencer did not expect it to be as good as it is. So yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Well, like I say, I was there when you took delivery of it. You know, we had no real preconception of what it was going to be like. And it was a pleasant surprise. Surprise.
Really good. Right, I think that's about it. That's about us wrapped up for now. We've got a few videos coming out. Myself and Spencer have recorded a number of them. We're going to do start doing the head-to-heads now. This section, you probably won't be able to see it now. This section of the man cave is now done. So we have a whole additional section of the man cave now. So there'll be the filming. Dolly Parton will be filming in there, and myself. World Cup Soccer will be filming in there as well. We'll be doing in there, and myself and Spencer will be doing some doubles, which we're already recording, which are basically head-to-head doubles games. It's not the highest quality pinball you've ever seen, which you might be surprised, bearing in mind he's come third in a tournament, a special in there. But we're going to try and incorporate a little bit more of that. I'll be starting this. I've been waiting for that room to finish. I'll be starting the my top 50 pinball machines of all time. I'll be starting that series really soon. I want to get people involved in that. Sorry, I know I said I'd wrap it up, but I said I want to get people involved in. Here's what I want to do. the one first rule is the only rule in many respects. The pinball machine has to have spent some time in this house. And you think 50? I'm actually up to 32 pinball machines already. So by the time I've finished doing the series, I think 50 pinball machines would have passed through this house. It has to have been here because I think it's the only reasonable way to assess it. Basically, it gives me a couple of weeks on a pinball machine at least. And then basically, it's my rating. How fun do I find it? What's it? It's not. Just doing it a little bit differently, but I am aware that my view is just my view, and people might go and see the video. So I'm going to ask for a sort of 60-second snippet from somebody else on each individual game, which I will incorporate in the video. Andy said it to me the other day. He'd like to be involved. So, for instance, when I do Stranger Things, for instance, which I'm not a massive fan of, it has to be said. I think it's important that I get a segment in there of someone that loves Stranger Things are saying,
I think that's a really good idea. What about getting a segment of somebody that absolutely hates it as well?
Well, that's me, but that's fine. No, but I just think it's important. So I'll be starting that. I've actually ordered the panel for there as well. Next to me here, I've already got my magnetic. They're not stickers, aren't they? My magnetic magnets, which I'll then write on there, and I'll put them on there. It's basically like the Top Gear leaderboards. We've got lots of stuff coming up, and then we've also got Spencer. You're going to be doing how to install art blades.
I am. I've got I've got a raft of things to do. See, back to whitewater again. I've got a raft of things to do on Godzilla. I've also got some videos to edit up, which I'll be doing over the next few days. So yes, I have.
Possibly ACDC.
Yes,
Fishtail.
That's on there as well. Yeah, that's on there.
I'm not telling him off. I'm done.
Although I might have to doctor the Fishtails one because it was just, I cannot believe that game of doubles we had on Fishtails.
Okay, but you can't do that because if you do that, then Medieval Madness video gets doctored, and you don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
No.
Actually, do you know what? I'll take the hit on Fishtails to have the Medieval Madness. There you go. There's a little spoiler.
Spoiler. Absolutely. So we got
talking of spoilers. When's Dolly turning up? Because the amount of mileage we're going to get out of that is unbelievable.
No, I've got to go and collect it from Luke, which I will do.
Okay.
I say, you know, it's like my job grinds to a halt because someone's decided to put a World Cup in the middle of November, basically. So when the World Cup's basically once November gets on the way, then basically West Ham aren't playing, so I'm not working in essence. So then I can sort of ramp up and do some more pinball stuff. So we're not really covering the World Cup that much because there's not that many West Ham players. But as surprised as it might be, there's not that many West Ham players in the World Cup. Although that might surprise many people. So it give me a chance to knuckle down and do some pinball stuff. Certainly. So yeah, lots of videos to come. But thank you to everybody for joining in.
Always nice to see people in the chat.
Let me just yes. Yeah. Star Wars virtual reality. Well, I don't know what the Oculus. What's the last bit say? What's that say?
Oculus Quest.
I
don't know what that is. I don't know what Oculus Quest is.
I don't know what it is. Sorry, just when I saw that, I thought you had Star Wars like the pinball. You know,
my son's got one of these Oculus Quest things. I might have a little look at that then.
It's just going to disappear forever in this virtual reality world.
Oh God, yeah, I might never come back.
Right, let's go. I've got to get my daughter's in there. She's got a bucket of she's got a plastic pumpkin full of sweets from last night. It's past.
Oh mate, she's never going to bed.
You know what I mean? What I'm going to go back to in a second is anyone's bloody guess, honestly. And you know what she's like, Spencer, even at the best of times without 3 kilograms of sugar, you know. So
she'll have an answer for questions you haven't even asked yet.
She really
will. She will.
Spence, thank you. Phil, if you're still kicking around, thank you so much. And there you go. This is what an invite.
There you go. That's a great idea. That would be lovely to go down.
Thank you all. Thank you. Tony was the first in the chat, so thank you for sticking with us, Tony. Thank you, everybody. One thing I would ask, just if you are on any Facebook groups or anything like that, obviously, it'd be nice if we could expand the reach of the Chinwag, and if you fancy sharing it somewhere, I don't presume that everybody even knows about this little podcast, so it'd be very much appreciated. Aside from that, really appreciate you tuning in as regularly as you do. Spence, catch you later.
I'll speak to you soon, mate. Take it easy.
See you later. Take care now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.